Hello children, I'm so glad to see you again today. Do you remember last term we had many stories from the Bible about how kind God was to many, many people, and then in their turn how those people showed God's kindness to others as well. And we thought about how kind God has been to us and how important it is for us to show God's kindness to others too. Well, in our story today, it's a story Jesus told about a man who was very kind. Jesus, you see, wants us to understand how important it is for us to show God's kindness to many, many people. And Rupert is here today. Rupert, would you like to say hello to the children? And children, do you want to say hello to Rupert? Rupert wants to tell us something about kindness too before we have our story, don't you, Rupert? You see, Rupert was very, very excited, weren't you? Because he had a very special friend coming to stay at the farm. And his name was Bingo. And when Rupert told Blackie and Patch that Bingo was coming, he thought they'd be excited too, but they were not excited at all, were they? And Rupert was a bit sad about that, and then he understood why. You see, Patch and Blackie thought that if Bingo came, Rupert would only play with Bingo and he wouldn't play with them at all. But Rupert went and had a chat to them. And he told Blackie and Patch that when Bingo came, they would get to meet Bingo and they would all play together nicely. Well, Blackie said to Rupert, "Thank you, Rupert, you are so kind. And you know what? I am going to share my ball with Bingo." And Patch said, "Oh, you are so kind, Rupert. I'm going to share my bone with Bingo." And so Rupert was pleased. Rupert was pleased. He could now look forward to having his friend Bingo come, and all the friends were going to be kind to each other and they're going to be all able to play together. Anyway, we are now going to hear our story, and Jeff is going to tell us the story. You ready for it? It's a story about a man who was very, very kind, and I think you'll enjoy that. Everyone ready? Jeff, are you ready?
Hello, girls and boys. Our story today comes from the book of the Bible called Luke. It is a very famous story. It is called the parable of the Good Samaritan. One day, as Jesus was teaching some people, a man who was listening to Jesus asked him this question: "Do I have to be kind to everyone?" To answer his question, Jesus told the man a story. Jesus said, "A man was walking down the road from the city of Jerusalem to the city of Jericho. Robbers attacked him. They beat him up, tore his clothes, took everything he owned, and ran away. They left the man by the side of the road. He was badly hurt and all alone. Soon another man came down the road. This man was a priest. He worked at the temple in Jerusalem. Everyone thought priests were good men. Surely he would stop and help the hurt man. But when the priest saw the hurt man, he did not stop. He walked by on the other side of the road and left the hurt man lying there. The next man walking down the road was a Levite. People thought Levites were good men too. Surely he would stop and help someone who was hurt. But when the Levite saw the hurt man, he passed by on the other side of the road too. Finally, another man came down the road with a donkey. This man came from another country, Samaria, so he was called a Samaritan. People who lived in Jerusalem and Jericho didn't think there was anything good about Samaritans. But when the Samaritan saw the hurt man, he felt sorry for him. He stopped. He did not leave the hurt man beside the road. He cleaned the man's cuts and bandaged them. The man was so hurt that he couldn't even walk. So the Samaritan put the hurt man on his own donkey. The Samaritan took the hurt man to an inn, which was a place where travellers could stay overnight. At the inn, the Samaritan took care of the hurt man. When the Samaritan had to go, he gave the owner of the inn some money to take care of the hurt man. You can see the hurt man still lying down while he is getting better. And that is the end of the story Jesus told. Now, back to the man who had asked Jesus the question, "Do I have to be kind to everyone?" Jesus asked that man, "In my story, who do you think was kind to the hurt man?" Children, who do you think was kind? Was it the first man, the priest? Was it the second man, the Levite? Or was it the third man, the Samaritan with the donkey? Yes, that's what the man replied to Jesus. The kind one was the Samaritan, who stopped and helped the hurt man. So Jesus told that story to teach the man to be kind to everyone. Jesus teaches us to be kind to everyone too. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. Now, Jill, it's over to you.
Thank you, Jeff, for telling us that Bible story. And I think Rupert and Blackie and Patch enjoyed it very much. And they're looking forward to meeting Bingo when he comes. And children, I think you would have enjoyed that story too. I hope it makes you think about how you can show God's kindness to people in your family and at preschool and other people you know this week as well. I hope you have a good week and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.